Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, this is XxsnipzkillaxX here, and welcome back to some World of Tanks. Today, guys, we're going to be doing a review of the Type 59 Patton, which is a premium tank that is only available for 5 more days until, I believe, like September 6th. Either September 6th or 7th, this tank will be available to you for $74 and some other cents Canadian, but you also get $2,800 or 2,800 gold and 30 days of premium, which is actually quite a bargain. So looking at this tank, it is quite a hybrid, guys. Look at this beauty. I actually really like the look of this tank. To me, I really enjoy like the Type 59, which I don't actually have, but just like being able to own something close to the Type 59 is an extremely big thing for me, at least. So looking at this tank from the front, guys, we have the M48 Patton turret on a Type 59 hull. Yeah, quite a hybrid, I would say. As well, looking at some of the stats of this tank, it has 1,400 hit points on the high end, close and actually equal with the Panther II, and higher than any other tier 8 medium tank in the game, which is actually extremely good. It has a 36.81 weight with all this equipment and consumables on it, out of a 39 load limit, and it also has a 520 horsepower engine, giving this tank a horsepower per ton ratio of 14.12. So don't expect to be accelerating too fast, but don't worry, you will reach that top speed limit of 50 kilometers per hour. As well, it also has a 46-degree hull traverse speed and a 44-degree turret traverse speed, giving it 90 degrees a second of traverse when you traverse the hull and the turret, which is quite amazing. As well, speaking of the Type 59 hull, this thing is going to bounce shots like crazy on your upper plate. Has 100 millimeters of sloped back armor, as well as quite sloped bottom armor too, which is actually going to be able to bounce some shots, but not all of them. And on the sides of this tank, we have 80 millimeters of side hull armor, which is actually very big. Anywhere shooting from up into here or even part of the tracks is going to do damage. And on the back, we only have 45 armor on the back, not really sloped and not going to be bouncing any shots off your back. Sorry, KV5 users, this tank is not a KV5. As well, on this M48 Patton turret, we have 177 millimeters of frontal armor, and that does not include this cupola right here, which is just a huge weak spot, viewable from all around the tank. And if you try to poke ridges with this thing, you're just going to get shot up, so don't do it. On the side of the turret, we have 76 millimeters, and on the back, we have 50 millimeters, which is actually slightly sloped, but it's not going to be bouncing any shots anytime soon. From the front, you're going to be able to bounce shots off of it and off your gun mantlet, but not the cupola and not the sides, even angled like this. Oof. So do be careful when you're poking your turret over ridges. So the gun that this tank gets is the 90mm gun M41. This gun is amazing. It has a 7.89 rate of fire, and without my Brothers in Arms perk on this tank, it has an average reload time of 6.41 seconds, which is actually on the high end for medium tanks of this tier. As well, you will notice that this thing with armor piercing does not have very good penetration at 173, but it does have good penetration with its heat shells, and not very good penetration with its high explosive shells as well. Now this number, the 173 for the armor piercing, is quite comparable to the T69 90mm autoloader, so any of you guys who have played the T69 will know that this tank needs to shoot weak spots on higher tier opponents, even tier opponents of its same kind, because you will still be able to bounce off them. This gun has an average damage of 240 with its armor piercing and heat shells, and 320 with its high explosive, and it has a .38 accuracy, which is actually not that bad compared to other tanks, as well as an amazing 2.5 second aiming time, which again is a very good aim time and very good dispersion for this gun. Not going to be poking ridges anytime soon. as well as the big tumor cupola, which is visible again from all around the tank. And as well, one other thing is it's very fragile and weak ammo rack. Now I'm going to be doing a little bit of a demonstration just to show you how weak this ammo rack is. 59 Patton in action. Let's see how weak this ammo rack is when I give the signal to my good friend here to shoot me. Let's see how bad it is. Holy cow, you guys saw it first. This is the 59 Patton's ammo rack. That is just extremely weak. Ah, the poor 59. It never stood a chance against that KV2. So like I said, guys, we're going to get into some gameplay here and just check out how good this 59 Patton really is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in our first battle in the 59 Patton. Not actually my first battle, but the first battle we have today for the replays, just to show you how good this tank can be. This is going to be a good game. I got a good feeling about it. So here we are, I believe we are in Fjords, a standard battle, tier 9. I wasn't very happy about getting a tier 9 battle, but you know, this tank doesn't actually get preferred matchmaking, which is actually kind of a bummer for this tank. A lot of the tanks that they release now just don't get premium matchmaking at all, so I wasn't too surprised when I got into my first tier 10 battle with this thing. But nonetheless, here we are on Fjords. We're going to be moving up just to this center place to be getting some pretty good spotting done, or at least try and do some good spotting with our 370 meter view range. Checking around just to see what backup we have here. We have an M103, a T30, got an IS-8. There's another 59 Patton there. And we have spotted the first target up here, the 54 lightweight. Takes a big hit from that IS-8. Good shot to that IS-8 player. Got a 59 Patton there. Doesn't seem like there's too much going on up here. T49 there, stock with that very terrible 90mm gun. And then an STA. Ooh. Good snapshot there. T49 takes the damage for us, and we can continue on dealing some damage of our own. Then, who was that? That was the 54 lightweight. I'm surprised that he even shot me and didn't get spotted. Then again, he does have a lot of concealment through there to be able to shoot and not get spotted and give away his position. Those two tier 8 mediums are not looking so good. I hear some heat probably coming from the 59 Patton. And look at this. What is that? What is that? That's a light tank. There's no way that thing should bounce. And I got hit from that T49. Surprisingly, he did no damage. Yeah, that's really surprising. Bounced 2 shots, took a damaging hit from that lightweight again. And now we're pretty much back in the same position we were. Kind of just trying to avoid some enemy fire here. Seeing if anybody's going to poke around. And then Yag Tiger pops up. Ooh. First tier 9 spotted. Besides that enemy at 103. Now pay attention to that Tortoise and the Rheinmetall Borsig on the enemy team. We're going to be seeing more of those guys later. But right now I'm checking to see if I have any shots on them or if they on me. And I decide to push around the corner, miss the shot on the STA. That's a little disappointing there. But now this flank is pretty much completely open. Got a good shot on the Tortoise here. Bit of a low roll for this 240 damage gun. Can we get another one? Oh my god, that .38 accuracy at its best. Oh, that is amazing. Really bad shot there on the STA-1. I'm really surprised that I even took that shot. But now this flank is completely open. I have the 59 Patton with me right behind, and we're going to go right at this guy. Get a good tracking shot on him. Can we finish him? Yes, we can. Tortoise pops up. Aiming this way. I'm surprised he didn't shoot. And look at that. Oh, that shot. I'm surprised that shot even hit, but 0.38 accuracy, there's no way you're gonna miss. So we are winning 7-5 right now. The Rheinmetall just took out another tank on our team. What do we got here? We got the Tortoise, and that's about it. Knock down the tree for a little bit more concealment. Tortoise is not looking up here, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna push up, and let's see what happens. Oh god, surprise attack from the Tortoise. Those are some hit points I really didn't want to lose. So he's definitely using the 120, the good 120 on the Tortoise, which is just an amazing gun with such a rapid rate of fire. Gets spotted again. Putting some good shots into the other 59 Patton. He's only on 399. I take a shot and miss. Tortoise kills at 59, and then the Yag Tiger pops up. Look at this side shot. Oh no, get out of his gun's way. Misses. Missed the shot. 0.38 accuracy is not the most accurate, but it's still pretty good for hitting targets. So I'm not feeling too happy about up here. We're losing tanks left, right, and center. I'm like, get out of here, and then run right into the IS-8. I am lucky not to have taken a hit and get my engine damaged or my fuel tanks blown up there. But that T-49 and the Type 64 are not on good health. And this WZ's trying to push the middle, so I'm like, why not? There's only a Yag Tiger 88 in the middle, if he's even there. And this WZ is not on good health either. 277. Wow, I'm surprised. I just ran right smack dead into the middle of an M103. Luckily he wasn't alive, but that's kind of a dirt moment. Checking to see if the Jag Tiger is there, or the Yag Tiger, I should say. We're gonna push up. The T-49 made it out alive. Type 64 is unfortunately dead. And we're gonna push hard around this corner. Is he to the left? Nope. Is he to the right? Is he to the right? Nope. He's all the way down there. Wow. Now I kind of made a bad mistake here by not going and capping, but either or of these situations, either go and kill these two down at the corner or cap would have been either one of my choices. But pretty much I'd want to kill these tanks. These tanks are very dangerous and they still have a lot of hit points. And we're going to go to work on them. They are completely surrounded. Yag Tiger's already on 54 health. Just watch this. What is that? What is that? That is complete RNGesus right there. There's that ammo rack. Nice and repaired though. Hopefully I don't get ammo racked in this game. Remember, we were winning 7-4 or 7-5, and now we're losing 11-12. This is not good. This WZ-111 needs to die before we can take on those tier 9 and 8 tank destroyers. Bounce off the front of the 111, get around the side of him, do a little bit of auto aim, and he bounces a heat shell off this turret. Look at that little bounce right there. That is just how strong this M48 Patton turret is. So, what's going on right now? We are not in good repair. The IS-6 is on 86 health, WZ's only on 277. Out of all of them, I have the most health. So, I'm back here, I'm ready and prepared to go around and help him, and surprise attack! Yag Tiger is already here. Wow, that thing can really move. One hit from him and I'm dead, and the Tortoise is on the other side. We are now the ones that are surrounded. So I'm thinking on using AP on this guy, and I'm like, you know what, that's just not really gonna work. So around about now, I think, is when I start to load heat shells. I only have 6 heat shells, which is still more than enough to take out any tank on the enemy team. But I'd rather be sure that I penetrate this Yag Tiger and kill him with one shot than to risk bouncing off of him and dying in utter complete failure. So the WZ and the IS-6 just died. The Yag Tiger is still here. Takes a blind shot, completely misses, and that allows me to finish him off. So look at this. 2176 damage already, 11 hits, 3 kills, but we're only on 308 health. So last spotted, the Rheinmetall was on 489 hit points, and the Tortoise was on 875. And at this time, I didn't have XVM to be able to just hold the Alt key and see what they were on, so that would have really come in handy to know what I was up against. Another mistake I could have made here was I could have also went and capped. These guys are very, very slow tanks, and I would have easily been able to cap them out, especially if it was just a Tortoise. But unfortunately, at the time when my adrenaline was really pumping into this tank, I'm like, come on, we gotta win this. A lot of my team were saying to go over to that hill. The reason why I'm not going over to that hill is because it's too obvious. It's completely too obvious. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to come up to this hill, just sort of sit in these bushes and lie in ambush. If you've been paying attention to chat, I've been telling my team, come on, lead me to victory. Let's get this victory. And now, in the 59 Patton, we lie in wait. And there's the Borsig. Such a tempting shot, but manipulating the camouflage factor of the game, we back up and put a shot into him. But now, that was also another mistake. One thing I didn't let him do was come out enough and get into the cap circle. So now he had time to retreat into the bushes, and now he knows where I am. Another thing I'm doing here is I'm moving, reducing my camo factor all the time. So the M103 gives me a nice friendly reminder, stop moving, stop moving. Is he gonna pop out? That's the big question. Then again, let's zoom out here, where is the Tortoise? He's a slow tank, but he can still do 20 kilometers an hour. So hopefully, he's still quite far back. I could have easily probably pulled out and taken out the Borsig, but he has the 15. Pretty much any shot on my tank from that gun is gonna completely destroy me. There's like a 1 in a million chance he could bounce me, but you know, lying in ambush is still quite the right idea. And let's see what's gonna happen. Still playing the waiting game. What are we gonna do? Is this going to be like shooting fish in a barrel, or is this going to be utter destruction? Is the Borsig popping out? Nope. Take another look. Nothing. There's still nothing there. Where is that Tortoise? There's only 2 minutes left on the clock. This is going to be a very close match if it comes down to a 1-on-1 or 1v2 situation still. There's the Tortoise. Still on his 875 HP. I still have heat loaded. Gonna wait for him to stop. Take the shot, putting him down to 615. But now I have most definitely been spotted. The Borsig has fired. So he has like 15 or 16 seconds left on reload. What's gonna happen? We spot the Tortoise again. We're gonna pull out. Oh no. Such an utter disappointment. That little lucky Rheinmetall Borsig. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this first video of the Type 59 Patton in action. This tank is such a great little tank. Unfortunately, we weren't able to carry the team too hard, but this tank is still so worth it in my opinion. Taking out that poor little Yag Tiger over there. Look at this guy. Boom! Poor Yag Tiger. Took a heat shell like a boss. So stick around, ladies and gentlemen. There's still one more replay of the Type 59 Patton I would like to show you that might even more influence your decision to buy this tank, or maybe even not buy it if you want. But in my opinion, this tank was so worth the price. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, of the second installment of the 59 Patton replay. Here on Redshire, the new Redshire, which is actually the first time I've actually played the new Redshire. And we got a tier 9 battle, but thankfully there's only 3 tier 9s on each team, which is actually quite nice for what we're going to be doing in this match. Now this match is going to be decently short, not quite long, but it's really going to show the penetration of this gun, the accuracy of it, and as well the amazing gun depression, which I actually thought was pretty bad, but the gun depression on this thing is really good. So considering I haven't seen this map when it was pretty much just made brand new, I am really anxious to go over and see the west. It looks like there's a big castle over there. It looks really nice. And it's definitely going to help us be a nice brawling tank in this match. The only thing I really hate about this map still is that dang camping hill. Why is that still there? That hill should not be there. Yes, it's cover from artillery. Yes, it's cover from enemy tanks spotting you, but it's a freaking camping magnet. Why, World of Tanks, would you induce the want to camp? But enough about that dang little hill there. We are alone over here for now. But this castle actually has a nice little door here. It's going to allow us to shoot out at this bulldog, but we can't get him. But we do have the T-37. Leave him on a sliver of health. Just watch this. This is completely ridiculous. He penetrates an not an M48 Patton, a Type 59 Patton from that far away. I think he went through like right at the top of our turret too. Yeah, look at that. Look at that little mark on the turret. He went right through up there. So the bulldog pulled up, missed a shot on him. And now we have the Type 59 over here, as well as the Mod 1. Those two are going to give us a little bit of trouble, considering they have pretty good armor. But right now I'm not too concerned with them. The FCM 50-ton is going to fall to the Bulldog. He falls, we use our decent gun depression there to put a shot in. T-49 misses his shot, but it's okay. With our amazing rate of fire, we are able to finish him off. So what's going on over here? We got the 59 right behind the rock, using the other 59 as cover, and we hit the lower plate of that 59 using our gun depression here. Bounce the shot from him. Miss our return shot, but it's okay. Penetrating his lower glacis is a good way to know that we should shoot, but we bounce our second shot on the glacis just because of that pure amazing angling of that guy. Type 59 is just an amazing angle tank, and it's very hard to penetrate it. I'm not quite sure what that ISU was doing. I think he just completely missed his shot. Missed our shot on the prototype. And we are the only one with kills on our team. Let's see if we can get up this Type 59. Not quite. Can we get around here? Yes, we can. Taking a hit from the Mod 1, but also delivering a hit. His gun is quite comparable to this 90mm, but his gun has only 2mm more penetration. But he has a way worse rate of fire than us, which is exactly why I love the Patton. The rate of fire on this gun, 6.41 seconds with a top crew, is just amazing. So I'm really anxious to push this Type 59. I don't want to get hit by that M53, 55 I should say, or the lore. bounce off his turret, he bounces me, T-34 puts in a good shot, and from that close, there was no way I would have been able to penetrate his lower glacis. I would have had to go through the upper glacis, and thank God that 173 millimeters of penetration did the job. Again, the .38 accuracy letting us go through the bottom plate of that Type 59, and the Mod 1 is running scared. He is all alone up here. Let's see what we can do. Can we get him around the corner? Wow, that was sad. But it's okay with our rate of fire. And knowing where to shoot him, we got him nice and good. Now this is where things start to get really bad. And this is where I make the big mistakes. We get up to here, we get tracked and engine damaged by the Su-152, and get completely destroyed by enemy artillery. What a devastating match. 3 kills, 2,048 damage in that amount of time. 5 minutes is not bad, but still, we could have done better, and we kind of died in a bush, so that sucks. Nonetheless, this game continues to go on until the end of the tanks, and we actually win. So I'm going to kind of skip out of that part and just sort of say, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully, again, that this persuades you or unpersuades you to get this Type 59 Patton, the ancient weapon of Chinese history, with that M48 Patton turret and the Type 59 hull. It is just such a good tank. Again, a few key things to remember are that it has a very weak ammo rack, like I said. It does not get preferential matchmaking, and the penetration on the gun is really going to be one of the downsides to this tank. But if you can get this tank into Tier 8, Tier 9 games, and you can brawl with Tier 8s or 7s, or anything below that, then you're definitely probably going to come out on top with that amazing armor on the turret and on the hull. But just be careful and watch your cupola. Try and hide it around rocks. It's definitely going to help you, and it's not going to hurt to protect your tank. So back in the garage here, guys, there's one more thing I would like to show you, is that this M Type 59 hybrid Patton just makes an immense amount of credits, even if you fire a bunch of premium shells in a match. And I'm going to show you that close carry we had against the Tortoise and Rheinmetall, just to show you how much credits I made, even with a premium account. So checking it out here, ladies and gentlemen, on a defeat in the 59 Patton, we made 77,118 credits with premium and 1,086 undoubled experience with premium as well. We finished second on team for damage, first on team for kills most likely, and first on team for experience, earning ourselves a Fire for Effect medal and I believe a 3rd class mastery badge, which is not bad. We fired 21 shots, hit 17, penetrated 14, which actually isn't that bad considering the penetration for this gun. It did hit quite a bit. We didn't do any splash damage because we didn't quite fire any high explosive. And as well, we did 2,930 damage, almost 3,000 damage in 14 shots. That is amazing. We blocked 630. We damaged 8 out of 3. Actually, damaged 8 vehicles, destroyed 3, and distance traveled didn't really matter. After all that, firing premium, repair costs, just consumables and all that, we still made a healthy profit of 48,246 credits with premium, and without we would have made 22,000 credits. That is good for a defeat. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been XxsnipzkillaxX here, making an amazing review, hopefully, of this Type 59 Patton. I definitely recommend this tank to get, even if it is quite expensive, at around $74 Canadian and $50 American. This tank, in my opinion, is definitely worth it as a nice collector's item. It is definitely a nice tank to play to. And again, remember some of the things I have taught you about this tank, the weak ammo rack, as I have said, and all that. And you know, if you haven't checked out any of my other videos, be sure to check them out. I have beginner's guides, I have other replays that I'll be doing, and I have another video hopefully coming out very soon of maybe another review or even a triple triple amazing replay of my replay triage. So this has been SnipzKilla here. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.